A very good day to you, and I greet you in Jesus' precious name. I want to speak to you about the land of milk and honey. The land of milk and honey. That's what Israel was called when the spies went in to have a look at it. Moses sent in 12 men. 10 came back and said, look out, there are giants there, and we don't stand a chance. But 2 men, Joshua and Caleb, went in. They came back with a good report. They said, we must go in there. And you can look at that in Numbers chapter 14 and verse 8. The land of milk and honey. I want to ask you a question today. How big is God? Now, we've been going through this coronavirus, about this businesses folding. There's sporting teams that have literally collapsed because there's no more sport. Everything is put on hold. I've got 3 of my grandchildren that are at university. They haven't been there for months. They're trying to get their degree online, and it's not working in some cases because they have to do practicals because they're in the medical profession. And I want to ask you about this land of milk and honey. Now, you know, folks, 12 men went in. They all looked at the same thing. 10 came back and said, this place is done. We can't go there. 2 come back and say, no. I'm telling you, they're bringing in bunches of grapes. Grapes. The 2 men have to carry on a pole. We need to go in there and we need to take it for God. What about you in your life? I don't know where you're standing at the moment. Maybe you say, my business is non-functional. I had a restaurant and it was thriving, and now we've had no customers for 3 months and we just can't carry the debt and we're closing our doors. Maybe it's a big engineering company and you've said, we just don't have any customers. I want to say to you today that if God is for you, there's no man that will ever stand against you. How big is God? God is as big as you allow him to be. Now, I want to tell you a little story that happened many years ago in the southernmost tip of the Cape Province, the continent of Africa, right down in the tip. I was invited many years ago to a conference at the Agricultural Hall. And I was told very distinctly that there was a family there, and I love them dearly. I haven't been in touch with them for quite a few years, but they really impacted my life, talking about the land of milk and honey. Now, these boys, big, strong, young guys out of university, their dad was an industrialist from Cape Town, big engineering works. And he decided that they were going to go farming. So he bought a farm very close to this little town that I was preaching in. Now, when the boys came home, Dad said, right, we need to get tractors, plows, we need to get milk cows, we need to get chickens, we need to plow, we need to plant crops. And the boys said, no, Dad, we're not doing any of that. And fortunately, he was obviously a very intelligent man, and he also trusted his sons. They said, Dad, we're going to do something totally different. Because when we look around, all we see is rocks and mountains, and we see very little arable land. And they sold all the tractors, all the cows, pulled all the fences down, went and bought a whole lot of pickups, vehicles, employed the local ladies in town, okay, and they went into the mountains and they picked wild flowers. The Cape area there has got the most densely populated wildflowers in the whole world. And they started an industry which I believe is second to none. Why? Because they went in and they saw something by faith. Okay? The just shall live by faith. Romans chapter 1 verse 17. You need to open your spiritual eyes and God will show you the land of milk and honey. They are prospering and there's work for everybody. Till next time, goodbye.